Good morning, Washington, Baltimore, and all the ships at sea. Welcome to Dave TV for the 17th of March, April. I always get the date wrong. I always get the date wrong. For the 17th of April, 2020, what year is it? 2013. So how y'all doing out there? Okay, folks. Got the Gamut. The Gamut. That's Gamut, the Gamut playing in the background there. They're the official station of DCR TV's Dave TV. That's right. And here we go. Da-da-da-da-da-da. The Gamut. Everything from A to Z. And a few things from outside the alphabet. They're on 8:20 a.m. out of Frederick and 103.5's HD2. Or 3, excuse me, and also 107.7's HD3. The problem with the 820, well, the advantage of the 820 signal is you can hear it just about everywhere in the Washington area.
Than you think is found on the Gamut.
Anyhow, the advantage of the 820 signal is that you can hear it, without any HD radio. It's just a plain old AM. The disadvantage I found is that the weekends they tend to run other stuff. So if you're listening to, the old WFED, I can't remember the call letters for that. 8:20 a.m. used to be WFED, Federal News Radio. Excuse me. When they sing vocals and stuff, it's hard for me to focus. I like the Gamut, but it's hard for me to focus on talking with some lady singing back there. I'm like, ah! Okay, so anyhow, the one thing I didn't like about the Gamut is the fact that on the weekends they're running other stuff. If you listen Saturday mornings, there's some paid programming, and then they run the Nationals games and stuff, which is fine. I have no problem with that, but I like my music, and I'm tooling around in the car. On the weekend, Saturday mornings is when I like to tool around in the car, and I'm punching up 820, and I'm hearing talk. I'm going, no! I need to get an HD radio, I guess, for the car, which I don't have. I'm not in the car that much because I don't commute since I'm working at home. So, I listen to Gamut on 103.5's HD3. Is anyone else listening to HD radio? I don't think so. Okay, so we want to take a look today at the Washington Market radio ratings. We got the monthly numbers. Now, these are important numbers. Okay, some of my radio freaks tell me these are the important numbers because they're March. They basically show the basic music, the radio trends for the first 3 months of the year, first quarter of the year, January, February, March, and then you average them all together. So what we're going to do is look at those trends, okay? And this is what's important because it's all, we do report all the weekly numbers here on DCR TV, but this is the whole quarter. So let's not even March. It's the whole first quarter of 2013 and where things are going. Okay, and we're going to stick with the money demo this morning, 25 to 54, okay? Because that's basically what advertisers care about. Advertisers don't much care about kids. The 6+ numbers have 12-year-olds in it, and they also have 85-year-olds in it, and advertisers really don't care about either end of that spectrum. They want those people there, 25, 54, in the prime of life, ready to tackle life's challenges and spend. So that's who advertisers want. So that's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at the overall trends, 25-54 for the see, I'm doing this really Dave TV great. It's 4 minutes into the show, and I haven't even gotten started yet. Anyhow, well, let's look at the trends. WTOP and the money demo, solidly number 1, okay? First place in January, first place in February, first place in March. So the average is first place, okay? Their morning drive average is first. Their afternoon drive average is first. They're the top billing radio station in the whole country, and there's no sign of that ever changing, at least not in the immediate future. So TOP is in great shape. Excellent first quarter ratings and all that. Hot 99.5 is in second place in the overall first quarter numbers with a first place tie with TOP for the month of March in the money demo. And so they're either second or first through this whole first quarter. Kane in the mornings averages about fourth place. And the rest of their station day parts are really good. Middays, they're second. Afternoons, they're second. And they do really well in evenings, and they do really well. They're really well on the weekends. First place on the weekends. Again, people cruising around on the weekends in the cars, they put on Hot 99.5. WAMU, third place, and a solid third place. Now, if you look at the 6+ numbers, they're in first. But again, that includes those over 54 numbers. So that station does tend to skew a bit on the older side. But still, look at the money demos. Third place, solidly third place, right through the whole first quarter there. Their mornings, second place average, they picked up to first place there in March, and afternoons, third place average. So, weekends, they also do very well. A big station for the weekends is WAMU with, of course, that animal show. I like Car Talk and Wait, Don't Tell Me and the animal show and all that stuff. So really, really good for them. They do very well at WAMU. WASH, again, solidly fourth place for the whole quarter. Morning show in 8th place. Lori Brooks leaving Lou. The divorce there. I don't think it's going to hurt the show much. Basically, people listen for the music. I like their weekends. Weekends, WASH ranks 5th. And that's because they're playing all that cool 80s music. So that's good with them. What is this? Oh, I see numbers. Okay, so let's look at WHUR in 5th place for the quarter, 6th place for the month of March. Their ratings are fairly steady. 3rd place average in mornings, 4th place average or 7th place average in afternoons. Michael Baisden, he was showing a little bit of a decline there before he got the axe there from the syndicator. So, maybe the new afternoon show there will pop them up. We'll soon see who that will be. WKYS 6th place for the quarter, 7th place for the month of March. Again, they're strong. They're really strong. They're beating the crap out of PGC, by the way. 5th place in mornings, 5th place in afternoons. MMJ 7th place for the quarter, for the first quarter, 5th place for March. Again, real strong across the board for them. Those stations are all doing strong, staying strong. Not seeing much trend there. A nice little trend upward for Big. They were 13th in January, 8th in February, and 8th in March, so they averaged 9th. PRS Praise, 8th place for the quarter, 9th place for the month of March. Again, they're strong, a strong station too. And DC 101. A nice strong 10th place for the quarter for them, 7th place for Elliott. So again, those stations are solidly top 10 stations. What are we missing in those top 10? CBS. Still, no CBS stations in the top 10 in the Washington market in the money demo for the average, for the overall numbers there for men and women, whatever. However, the good news for CBS is they do come in at 11th place with LZL, 11th place there, now, which is amazing because they're on that signal 107.9, which doesn't really penetrate much in Northern Virginia. And I've said about Elzal, if they could get on an inside the Beltway signal like 94.7, they would become a top 5 station easy. There's a huge market for that. The Spanish sound here again. That's just the way it is right now. 12th place overall, Mix 107.3 WRQX. A slight trend downward for them over the first quarter from 11th in January to 13th in March. Mornings, 11th place. Again, how much longer is Cumulus going to pay Jack Diamond that huge salary for 11th place? I don't know. He must be billing well. 13th place for GMS for the quarter. A little bit of a trend down for them over the last 3 months. Christian Contemporary, Fresh 94.7, 14th place. They're kind of holding pretty much steady there. Tommy McFly also in 14th place in mornings. Let's look at Country WMZQ, pretty much staying steady at 15th place. Tied for PGC at 15th place. PGC just isn't really up there competing with KYS. They're they're just not there. They, again, for being the second highest billing station in the Washington market last year, excuse me, their ratings are just 19th place in mornings for the quarter, 16th place in middays, 15th place in afternoons. JFK pretty much holding steady at about 17th place for the quarter, with Junkies in 10th, Arrington and Dukes at 15th, TEM 18th place for the quarter. The one bright star at their station is Tony Kornheiser, which he gets really great midday ratings up at 12th place. WDCN Spanish station there at 87.75, 19th place, tied with MAL FM or MAL. Again, MAL does better when you look at the 6+ numbers because they skew very, very old. They don't do well at all when you look at the 25-54 numbers. A lot of people in MAL are over 54. A lot of the listeners. 17th in mornings. Again, they really need to get rid of Sean Hannity in afternoons and put on a local live show. And Wink FM, Winchester there. Chris Roth programming that 21st place for the quarter. Blah, blah, blah. Also, let's look at some other numbers real quick here. WFRE, 21st place for the quarter. WEDA FM, 23rd. Where's WNEW? Oh, there they are, 25th place. Are we seeing any trends there? Not really. They were an 09 for January, 0.9 for January, a 1.1 for February, and down to an 07 for March. 25th in the afternoons, or 22nd in afternoons, and 25th in mornings. So again, they're kind of leveling off. They did have a little bit of a rise over 2012, but they're kind of just leveling off there in the mid-20s. So anyhow, that's the numbers. PFW down 32nd place. KDV, the Spanish station out of Manassas, also at 32nd place. WAVA down to 36th place for the quarter. WTNT, 41st place for the quarter. SPZ 570 Sports Talk at 41st place for the quarter. WFED also at 41st place for the quarter. So those are the DC market numbers there, ratings-wise. So again, no big super-duper breakouts, no big super-duper trends, kind of the same old for the first quarter. The stations that have been doing well continue to do well. The stations that aren't doing so well aren't. CBS still needs to get some juice there. So does Cumulus. Clear Channel's doing solid as usual, and Hubbard, takes the cake with TOP. Radio 1 doing really well with MMJ and KYS, and there we go. So that's the ratings. That's my ratings radio analysis for the months of January, February, and March, first quarter of 2013. All right, there we go. Thanks for watching Dave TV for this 17th of April, 2013. Live long and prosper.